Welcome to Grillin' and Chillin' with Remax Preferred.
Hey, where the grill and or stove in this particular case is hot, but the vibes are chill.
Today, we're talking food, fun, and one of our favorite things, our agents. We're hanging with Tracy Lynch, who's not just excellent at selling real estate,
But she also happens to be really, really great at all things horses.
let's fire up the grill and dive in. Yeah, we're here with Tracy today to talk all about horses. How did you get into showing horses?
Well, my dad actually started, who is right over here. He started his horse career. He's been a professional horse trainer his whole life. And he started with his grandfather. His grandfather ran the livery stable down in New Glarus and delivered products and had horses down there. And he found his love for horses through his grandfather. And that passed down to me. And I was in my first horse show when I was 1.5 years old.
So you were no choice.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to make it seem like I was forced into it because it is something that is the blood of really, truly who we are as a family.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's really cool. What do you think? What do you love most about it? What does it be like most about showing horses?
About showing horses
Or
or about the horses in general?
how about you choose? But actually, no. I like the bigger picture one. I like horses in general.
It is horses are an amazing escape from the rest of the world. When, maybe your day is going a little rough, you come to the barn and they don't know that you've had a bad day. And you can either hug them and cry into their neck, or you can get on and go for a fast ride, or just come to the barn and be around the barn. And the camaraderie of all the people, all the horses,
Okay.
is just kind of a lifesaver from the stresses of the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's an escape.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It truly is.
That's awesome.
What's one thing most people would be surprised to know about horses?
So, and maybe you've seen it on social media. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff circulating right now, but a horse can sense your heartbeat from a long distance away. And they can sense if you're coming into the barn or getting on them and your heart is racing. They're going to be a little more upbeat and a little more tense. If you're calm when you get on a horse and you got, your mind is kind of in the right spot, or if riding them helps you get your mind in the right spot, it really is projected in how the horse behaves for you. Wow. So that connection between horse and rider, and you can feel it. I know if I've had a bad day and I go and climb on one of my horses, they're going to not perform to their best. But once I get on them, if I can settle myself, it's a completely different horse that you're riding.
Horses have names and personality.
Oh my gosh. Yes, they all have names. We have Macaroni, we have Bucky, we have Julius, we have Irish, we have Gus, and then 30 other horses out here with names. And as far as personalities, each one is
Different.
absolutely different.
Yeah.
Yep. The one really cool thing, because we have Arabian horses here, they want to be with people. They want the attention. You open the stall doors, as you guys saw when we walked through the barn earlier, and they're right there with you.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And they're showing their personality and their interest, and they want to be with people. And yeah, they do.
And there's a cool Remax connection to Arabian horses as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. So Dave and Gail Liniger hi, Dave and Gail. They are one of the top breeders of Arabian horses in the country. And they have pretty much all Arabians, especially the English performing Arabians, have lineage back to Dave and Gail's horses and their breeding program. And that is really cool. Such a connection for me with Remax, the horse connection and the Remax connection.
That's cool. What's harder for you, riding a stubborn horse or dealing with a really tricky real estate transaction?
So what I'm going to say about that is horses have taught me how to deal with difficult situations.
There you go.
And I don't know that one is harder than the other, because horses can be tough.
Might have been
Transactions can be tough.
a trick question. Yeah.
Might have been a trick question. But through my experiences with both, they can help maneuver through both. You know, a sticky real estate transaction, you might learn that you just kind of have to take a breath and a step back. You're riding a stubborn horse, you take a breath and take a step back.
I think real estate deals can also sense fear and panic.
I do too. That's a good point.
There's definitely a real correlation to that.
Yeah.
If the agent is stressed out and panicky or whatever, so yeah, so
Yep.
client maybe that's kind of
All right. When you work with buyers or sellers who are either selling a horse property or looking to buy one, what's your best piece of advice?
call Tracy.
Call Tracy Lynch
No.
for that.
Yeah.
What normally happens in that situation, 9 times out of 10, the horse piece of it, the barn part of it, that's going to actually be more important than the house piece.
Yeah.
And so I think having an agent such as myself that knows the language, that knows what to look for in a horse property that's going to make it a successful horse property for you, whether you have 1 horse, 10 horse, or you want a horse training facility like this.
And problems can be significant.
Absolutely.
What your goal is of what you're wanting to, number one, what you're wanting to do with the horses, but how you're wanting to be able to interact with them at that property versus, is it a business? Is it
Right.
pleasure?
Right.
What is it for?
Absolutely. And, if it's just a farm, you're going to have a couple horses, you might not necessarily need a barn. But if you're a rodeo person and you need a roping arena, or you need a arena for barrel racing or stalls or anything like that, those are all the types of things that it's a different language than a standard, we want to buy a house in town.
Yep.
So to know the language that you need to speak in order to find out the answers to the right questions, I feel is very important.
Yeah, and same thing probably on the sales side as well, knowing how to value different properties,
Absolutely.
especially around the horse world, right? And what barns are worth and what arenas are worth, and giving them proper market value for those on the sales side.
Correct. And the one struggle that we run into a lot with horse type properties is appraisers don't know necessarily how to appraise a horse barn. They look at it as a pole barn.
Yep.
Well, more than that. If there's stalls, is there automatic waters? Are the rears organized? Absolutely. Yeah. Right. So there's just a whole different language that you need to know how to speak, and you need to know what to look for or what to market. Drives me absolutely crazy when I see someone say there's, 5 boxes in the barn, and it's like, they're stalls. They're called stalls. They're not called boxes.
When you're showing houses and you see a barn door in a house, do you think it's trendy or is it cheeky?
It depends on how that barn door is constructed. If it's a box store barn door, say that 5 times.
Yeah, right.
I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a barn door. But if it's something that maybe was handcrafted from recycled wood or has some really cool wrought iron in it or more character to it,
Yeah.
I have a huge appreciation to that.
Or maybe a story behind where it came from.
Absolutely.
Who it was tied to.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. And I actually, in my own home, I have a lot of pieces like that where I have made a huge frame for a oil canvas above my fireplace. And that's made out of reclaimed barn boards from a neighbor's shed that they tore down.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Do you wear cowboy boots while you're showing houses?
Well, I'm showing houses.
Yeah.
I do.
Love it.
Yeah. Everyday footwear. Absolutely. And you know what? Everyday footwear. And I think this is kind of in general. I feel like when I started in real estate 27 years ago, it was suits and, everything was just so. And I feel like throughout all those years, things have relaxed a little bit. And I feel like our customers appreciate the more human side of a real estate agent. And it is not only your real estate knowledge, but also your personality.
Yeah.
And creating a connection with your clients. And so I'm not afraid to wear jeans or, obviously you want to be clean and, you don't want to go right from cleaning stalls, although I have. But they're also showing properties to horse people.
Yeah.
It's just,
I
realistically, it's just like you don't want to show up at the barn in flip-flops.
I mean,
God, who would do that?
I don't know. It seems like
Dan?
a blasphemy of some sort.
Tracy, we did want to also ask as we're sitting here, can you tell us a little bit about what's behind us?
Absolutely. So what we've got here behind us are some of the ribbons that I've won. Most of these are from the last 5 years or so. I've got 2 horses that I showed that I was able to win all these ribbons with. One horse's name is Julius, and he was actually born here on the farm.
Who we met?
You and Matt. And I was the first person to ever put a hand on him because I was here when he was born.
Cool.
And 5 years later, I showed him in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a big show in Scottsdale, one of the most prestigious shows in our breed. And we actually won a class that was specific for 5-year-old horses and amateur riders, which is how I perform. And that's what this ribbon back here is.
That's so
Cool. Big rose garland. And then all of these ribbons here were that very same year, showing him at a regional level. That's down in Illinois. And then the ribbons over here were won by my horse Bucky. And they were, there's regional wins, and this is actually a national top 10 that I won on him last year.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into these ribbons behind me, and I've got many, many more up at my house. All right, should we go eat? Let's go do some grilling.
That's a wrap on today's Grillin' and Chillin'.
Big thanks to Tracy Lynch and Julius for letting us stop by the farm, showing us around, and telling us everything we need to know about horses.
Hey, if you want to work with somebody awesome like Tracy, get a hold of us. You'd be silly not to.
At Remax Preferred, where the grill is always hot, but the agents are even hotter. We'll see you next time.
Take care. Cheers.